Hello, welcome back to Xanthus Gaming. We're here in 7 Days to Die, and we've got another base to show you. This is a very simple base. Basically, it's a long hallway with these new 1 meter hole cube blocks on the end. We got bars in the front, and then on the back side we have the new centered side poles to kind of block zombie cop spit. These have recently got a nerf in their durability, so they're not quite as strong as they used to be. So you will have to keep those repaired in order to not get hit in the face with zombie spit. This base works really well. Basically, the zombies will run up, start piling up right here, and then you use a rifle to shoot through. You're going to want to have the penetrator perk in the perception tree if you're using this build that allows the bullets to pierce through zombies. Also a great idea is to grab the demolitions expert trait, which allows explosives to do quite a bit more damage, and then the deadeye trait to allow your sniper rifle to do more damage. With the penetrator perk, you do have to be using the armor piercing bullets, so do keep that in mind as well. And this allows you to throw explosives down the cube and just blow them up at the end. It's very fun. We'll show you a demo and then we'll show you how to build it. Alrighty, let's go ahead and do a Horde Day demo real quick. It's pretty fun, honestly. I like the fact that you can just shoot down the hole and blow zombies' heads off, and you can throw pipe bombs down the hole as well. This does get a little chaotic on insane difficulty with 64 enemies at a time. They definitely start piling up. You could address that by making that runway into the area a little bit longer. That might help with that whole situation as well. You do want to be really careful that you're not throwing any sort of explosives when there are demo zombies, because the explosives will trigger the demo zombies. So just use bullets if there are demo zombies present. But otherwise, you know, you can feel free to throw a grenade, throw pipe bombs, those kind of things. As you can see, pipe bombs, grenades fit through very nicely. Pipe bombs also fit through very nicely. And thanks to how we have this set up, the cop spit does not get through to us. So, oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh, thank goodness it did not. All right, so the bottom one's a little harder to throw through, I'm seeing. I was not having troubles before when I was trying to do it, so maybe I just have to aim a little higher. There we go. Eventually the zombies can break through the bars there, and then just having that delivery method on the bottom as well as the top is probably better. But in the meantime, I would just throw them in the top probably. So yeah, you just aim through, shoot. If you crouch, you get a nice line of sight shot for the bottom, in case you want to just mow stuff down. You can go for headshots up top and just take off their heads and make it a little bit easier for yourself. It just depends on how you want to do it, really. But this base can withstand a demolition explosion, possibly 2, and 2 or 3 zombie cop explosions, but that's about it. And that's if you're using steel as your material. So I mean, you do want to kind of keep things repaired as you would normally, and you know, keep shooting and killing things. But yeah, it works pretty well. It's fun. It's fun enough. There's a demo right there, actually. So just be sure when you have the demos, you're going for headshots only. That way you don't accidentally trigger it like I just did. And if you do accidentally trigger it, just keep pumping shots into it so you can kill it before it explodes, and you're good to go. The nice thing is with the penetrator thing, you can penetrate through zombies that might otherwise block your shot when you accidentally trigger a demo. So as long as you keep firing, as long as you're not in the middle of a reload animation, you should be perfectly fine. So I'm like showing you worst case scenarios here, and we're doing just fine. And this, again, is insane difficulty with 64 zombies, which is the most you can do by default settings in the game. So, there was a comment on one of my previous videos that the hordes aren't that big, and I'm like, it's 64 zombies. It's literally the max setting, and it's the max difficulty. What are you talking about? I don't understand people sometimes. Anyway, so let's go ahead and flip over to how to build this base now, because you guys can see it does work, it does function well. And you know, the best part about it is the throwing the pipe bombs down the hole. I kind of love that. It's fantastic. But yeah, so let's go ahead and pop on in. Ooh, a zombie cop spit got through. That doesn't usually happen. So I guess have a few bandages just in case. But anyway, let's go ahead and show you how to build. Start by digging a ditch 3 by 10 and 2 blocks down. You want this ditch to be completely hollowed out. Feel free to use the collapsing soil method to make it just a little bit easier for yourself. Next, you're going to build the center row, which is going to build the foundation for our base. On the back end, you're going to start 2 blocks in, and you're going to use cubes. Build it 2 blocks high. On top of your foundation, build gable 3/4 blocks from the front all the way to 3 blocks from the back. The last block should be a full cube block, and the 2 blocks preceding it should be cube 1/2 blocks instead of the gable blocks. Now, starting 4 blocks in and on top of the gable blocks, you're going to place cube 1 meter hole blocks. See the video for a visual. You're going to place 3 of these blocks total, and you're going to stop right before you get to the 1/2 blocks. Then, do another row of the cube 1 meter hole blocks on top of the first row. On the front end of the cube blocks, you're going to place bars rotated flush so that they block off the entrance to the cube 1 meter hole blocks. We want to set the bars in front of both rows of blocks, so 2 high. On the opposite side, you're going to want to do the same thing, but with pole blocks instead. We're going to want to use the pole side center blocks to ensure that they go in the middle of the block and don't stick out too far. On the next block over, on both the left and the right side of the cube 1 meter hole blocks, place pole blocks rotated in the bottom inside position so that it's flush against the cube blocks. Extend it 1 block beyond the cube 1 meter hole blocks in the front. Do this on both sides. On top of the pole blocks, place cube 1/2 blocks rotated vertically so that they sit flush against the cube 1 meter hole blocks. Extend these 1/2 blocks 1 block from the front and 2 blocks from the back. Do this on both sides. On top of the half blocks are full cube blocks. These will be used for your full ceiling except for the block 2 blocks in on whichever side your door is, and the block 2 blocks in on the center. On the part that's 2 blocks in directly above where your door is going to be, you're going to place an upside down ramp. The block right after that, in the middle of the ceiling, should be the inverted gable block rotated so that the ceiling has a skylight. Place a centered side pole on top of that as well to stop vulture spit from eating your face. Place plates around the perimeter of where your door is going to be, and then place your door in the missing spot. Now you're going to make ramps out of your pit. The last block should be a wedge 60 corner tip, and then other than that, it's just basic ramps up out of your pit. Alright, that's it. You're ready for your Horde night. So we'll do a little bit of a demo. We are at max level, game stage 720, so quite high. Again, we're on insane difficulty with 64 zombies, so we'll give you a little bit more of a demo. I know we showed some at the beginning, we'll show a little bit more now. And then I'll go ahead and exit out and show you all the difficulty and the zombie spawning count, just to confirm that I'm telling the truth. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit like, favorite, share, and subscribe. And without further ado, let's pop into the action.